So here if you see what they have done is they have implemented an interface called as liquid, and they have two classes, coffee and milk, correct? And through this class liquid, they have written one class. So this is not interface, but this is basically polymorphism that they are using. They have class liquid here and void swirl. This is one function. Then class coffee extends liquid. Then again the same function has been invoked here, and then you have milk extends liquid, and again the same function has been invoked here, right? So basically the same function swirl has been implemented in three different ways. That is called as function overriding, and it is also an important characteristic in polymorphism. Okay, uh, you're getting it. Like here this is class coffee cup, and they have add liquid. Okay, and here class example 2, and then in this they have implemented uh, they have created an object of the class coffee cup, and then created object of coffee milk, and then implemented all three one after another. Okay, so let's first take some simple examples and understand how things are working, and then we
Will be what a Kruig does. That is this an example of Kruig,
Kruig.
the coffee maker.
I do not know what exactly.
Now you get those small this kind containers you just insert in the machine and you ask for mocha, it will give you mocha. Yeah. If you insert the cup and say you just want dark roast coffee, it will give you dark roast. Like, but the amount what gets mixed with the milk and everything, the machine determines it. Yeah. And it gives you a ready latte or mocha, whatever you ask for.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, it can be. However, this example, what they have utilized here for is to ensure how polymorphism is utilized, right? How polymorphism should be done. That's what they are trying to emphasize. The same function swirl has been implemented in three different ways. Here in the liquid class, it says swirling liquid. In the coffee class, it says swirling coffee, and in milk class, it says swirling milk. So this is called a function overriding. Same function being written in three different ways in three different classes. Correct? Makes sense? And what is function overloading? Function overloading?
Uh, same same function with different data type or parameters.
Same function with different. Yes,
Yeah,
that's right.
same name and the different data type.
Yeah,
Parameter. Yeah, you
different
can say
return
parameter.
types and different
Yeah.
parameters. So one has one parameter, another one has two,
Two
another
of
one
it,
has
yeah.
three. Some returns int, some returns float, but all have the same
Same
name.
name. Okay.
Name. That is function overloading. Okay.
Overloading and overriding is same, right?
No.
No.
Overloading is same
Same
different
name.
same name, different return types and different parameters.
Yeah.
And function overriding is same name, same parameters, same return type, but function definition is different in different
Body
class.
of the function is
Different,
okay.
yeah. So interfaces. Okay, so I've written this public class interfaces. Now we will write an interface here. So interface, let's name it as mm, what can be implemented in different. Just let's name it as um, parent class here. You
We can do ATMs also, right? ATM machine.
yes, you can do ATM. That's right. But how? how you can how are you going to implement it?
So it would be, we will give just like the coffee example, okay? If you take ATM machine, now when you go to the ATM machine, you put your card, okay? So what you get is you get options to transact. Like your card is mapped to your savings account, your checking account, and your credit card. Like it gives you options.
Correct.
Now, when you are withdrawing from the savings account, you can either withdraw or deposit, right? In checking also, withdraw or deposit. And in credit card also you can do that. But it's the back end of the system will execute, the formulas that will go in will be different. So we have to write formulas for like methods for like savings and methods for checking. So
Yeah.
for credit also we need to write a method. Like how it's credit it would be different because it's a credit card.
Right.
So the rules would be different, a little different for credit card.
Yes, you can do that. Yeah. Yeah, if you want, yeah, you can try with that. Uh, Definitely you can do that. Here, first let's do a simple one and then we can write more logic. But yeah, you can, if you want, you can implement that. No problem. Yeah, that's good. So, so here, if you see, this is my function definition. I mean, this is my function declaration. Okay. So if you want to do that, yeah, just go ahead and see how it works for you. And then afterwards I can do it once I implement this one. Go ahead, it can be done. So public class interfaces implements parent class, right? Public class, which is the name of the class? Let's say, let's write the name. You can do this See, you see here in this example, or let's say in this one, they wrote a interface called as bicycle, correct? And then they wrote Acme bicycle implements bicycle. So they wrote an interface called as parent class. We wrote an interface called as parent class. Okay, you can remove this public access modifier here. So void print class. I mean it is public because they need to be implemented at every point of time. And then class new implements parent class. Okay, so I have a new class here, and here, so what is this error about? Type new must implement the inherited parent class. Yeah, we will do that ahead. Okay, so yeah, class new.
It's a keyword, that's why.
No, because here, yeah, new interface, let's say. But still it will give you error because we have not implemented it yet. That is why. So void print parent class.
Public.
Yeah. And then
Public void print parent class or will it be new interface?
no, this one, right? This is not implemented here.
In the second one, yeah. In line number 13. Line number 13. It will be simply print parent class.
Which one?
Line number 13.
Yeah, this function that is not implemented has to be implemented here. So this is the same name, print parent class. Okay, you can have one more class if you want to try it out. Class, new interface. This can be new interface 1. This can be new interface 2 implements parent class, and then so system.out.println, here you can write this is new interface 1. Okay, and here public void print parent class, this is new interface 2, let's say. Okay, so I have two classes here and one interface. Alright, you can also have two interfaces. So interface 1, interface 2, parent class 1, parent class 2, 1, and then here it's parent class 2 or parent class 1. Let's see this one. Okay, so this is called as multiple. This is called as multiple inheritance. What I have done is, so this is the structure that I have created here. Okay, let me put it on the screen. Here itself. So this is what I'm doing. If you want to have a look, so I have two interfaces, right? This is interface 1, this is interface 2. Okay, two interfaces. Okay, and then I have two classes. This is class 1 and this is class 2. Okay, so I have created two classes also, and both these, this one and this one, also this one and this one. Okay, so this is, all of them are inheriting. So let's say here, I mean you get it here. This is these are arrowheads in this direction. Okay, so here this is interface 1, int 1. This is interface 2, int 2, correct? And this is class 1. Okay, and this is class 2. Okay, now here in this interface I have, in the interface 1 I have a class, I have a function called as print parent class, and in the interface 2 print, let's say I name it like this, print parent class 1, and in the interface 2 I have a function called as print parent class 2. Okay, so now here this function would be print parent class 1. Okay, so now, and then you would also have, yeah, print parent class 2. Okay, so now what I did is, so this is new interface 1 from parent class 1. Okay, and this is new interface 2. Okay, from parent class 2, right? And the same, now in this second class I would write new interface 2 implements parent class 1 comma parent class 2, right? And then here this is new interface 2 from parent class 1. So this is also new interface 1, and here this is new interface 2 from parent class 2, parent class 1, right? Print parent class 1. And here you have one more class, public print parent class 2, right? And this is new interface 2 from parent class 2. Awesome. Okay, so this is, so these are four classes and two classes and two interfaces, right? Interface 1. You see the syntax, when you want to end you are just declaring the function. So you write the return type, you write the name of the function and then semicolon, correct? I don't write the function definition. Here it as well. I do the same thing. So here interface 1. This is interface 2. This is what? Class new interface 1. And this is class new interface 2. Okay. Okay, so this much is good. Now what we are going to do is we are going to create the main class. Okay, so public class interfaces. Okay, so this is my main class. Alright. So here I am going to write the main function. So if you write main and control space. See, if you do not want to write everything again and again, just press control space and then select the main function for main method here. So it writes for you. If you do not understand, do not, it's alright. We will understand it ahead. String args, big static void main. So this is good. This is, so here you see this is the bracket. So the brackets need to be closed properly. And now this is the class and this is the method and everything is in. So you see this is the interface 1, this is interface 2, this is class 1 and this is class 2 and then you have public class interfaces which ends here. Okay, so this is now you can, now what you do is start creating objects. Okay, so you will create object of
Interface.
yes, new interface 2 and new interface 1. So here, so let's say new interface 1 is equal new int1 intf1 is equal to
New.
new
Then class.
new interface 1.
Huh?
Hmm?
It's a class, right?
Right. So let's say new interface 1 is n1. Okay, new interface 1.
But first should be the interface, right? Like parent class 1, P1 is equal to new interface 1. Maybe.
No, I didn't.
Nine one is,
I didn't get you. Can you come again, please?
uh, first should be the interface name.
Name of the interface.
Yeah, name of the interface like parent class 1. Then creating the object like parent class 1. Then P1 is equal to new and then the class. So we can access the object of
So you cannot create objects of interfaces. That is a rule.
its work.
You just directly created parent class or interface.
Parent class 1 P1 is equal to new then class name. Yeah, it's work.
And then new class name.
Yeah.
So not interface name.
No. We are just creating the object with the help of the interface.
Correct.
And accessing the class method.
Okay.
That's
Have a look here. Then we will see your solution also. What you are saying. So here I have created a new interface 1, right? And then here I have created new interface 2. Okay, so two functions, correct? This function which is there, new interface 2, and this function new interface 1, right? So I have created two functions. Now what's next? So once you have done this much, mm, by your new interface 2, correct? Okay, now what I'm going to do is n1 dot mm, print parent class 1. Okay, n1 and n2 dot print parent class 2. Okay, so this is and then, so you understand what I'm doing is I created objects. So these are two functions, right?
Yeah.
So for n1 and n2, so here again one more, n1 dot print parent class 1 and parent class 2, let's say, and here n2 dot
Parent class 1.
print parent class
1.
1 here. Okay, and then when I run it, what happens is, you see, I got the output new interface 1, new interface 1, new interface 1 for 2, 2, 2, 2. So what is the moral of the story? So let's try to understand that. Okay, so what we did here, all right. So here, what we did is, so what are interfaces? First of all, interfaces are ways to implement a structure which should only have names of the methods but no definitions. It gives you the flexibility to implement the same method in different ways in different classes. That's what it does. Correct? So here you have one interface, one you have two interfaces. Correct? Then, if you see here, new interface 1 implements parent class 1, comma parent class 2, and here you have new interface 2 implements parent class 1, comma parent class 2. So both the classes have implemented both the interfaces, correct? So that gives me the flexibility to write this function void print parent class 1 and this function void print parent class 2 in different ways, define them in different ways. So in this, the first interface, I wrote that this is the first interface and I have defined parent class 1. This is the first interface again and I have defined parent class 2 from each of this interface. Okay. And here in the second example, I wrote this is the first interface and this is the second interface and I'm utilizing the function from parent class 1. Right, that is the first interface. And this is the second interface, I mean this is the second class and I'm utilizing the class function from parent class from the interface above. So that's what I did. So I defined it here. Then I created objects of the two classes, correct? And then we implemented both the methods from both the classes, correct? And we saw the output. Now, so this is the gist of interfaces. Now let's see your solution. So this is also a very good solution that you have suggested, that basically parent class 1 p1. So basically we are using the name of the interface and then we are using the name of the class.
With
and
using interface just creating the object.
You are okay because without, if you do not mention the name of the class, then you would not be able to create the subject if you just mention the name of the interface. So you have utilized the name of the interface to implement its functions through this class, correct? And here you have utilized the name of the interface to implement the functions of the interface 2 through the same class, correct? Okay, so that's good. Yeah, we can do that. Yes. So here, if you just say new interface 1, if I create this object, then I can directly use both the interfaces together. Yeah. But if I say interface name and then the class name, then I can use only the functions of one interface, right? Okay. So that's good. Yep. So name of interface, name of the object, and new class name. Excellent. So fantastic. So let's keep going. So, man, the offers need to come in, right? That is very important. Alright, so now so you get this right, how this is working. Okay, so now hmm, let's keep going. Uh, so we go till like let's take 15 more minutes and then we take a break. Okay. So the next thing is what we are going to implement is yeah, Selenium and Java. So interface concept is clear. Okay, it's clear, right?
Are you coming tomorrow for the Friday classes, Mr. Saga, or the next Friday?
I'll let you know during the class at the end of the class. So these are both very good solutions which you suggested. Okay. So let's take Selenium and Java and how to implement that. So for that, I but the concept of interface is clear, right? How it works, what happens. You are clear? Sure.
Yeah, that's out there.
Okay, that's good. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Should I take the call or it's already forwarded? Okay, let's keep going. Uh, so let's go back to our content first.